inspection, where we also do pest surveillance and all that. In summary, that is what I do.
Thank you so much, Esther.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you and welcome to the training. Next, Ugandan.
Hello. Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Agawa Bennett.
Good morning to you.
I'm an agricultural inspector working under Department of Crop Inspection and Certification, Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. Also, I'm based at the Border Point Airport. We just facilitate trade and make sure that the consignments which are going, fruits and vegetables, cut flowers, which are going out of Uganda, they comply to the phytosanitary standards. That is it all.
Thank you, Bennett. Thank you for the work that everybody who has introduced themselves. Thank you for what they're doing in their own NPPOs. Next, if we still have a participant from Uganda. Do we have?
No.
Okay, if we don't have,
so
can we move? Okay, if we don't have, can we move to Seychelles? Seychelles? Maybe they've not been able to join. If we don't have Seychelles, Zimbabwe?
How are you, everyone?
We're fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I'm Georgina Moramba from Zimbabwe. I'm a plant health inspector, and we are part of the NPPO of Zimbabwe, and I'm issue phytosanitary certificates, inspections, consignments, and field, and we also do I also do surveillance, and I hope to learn more from this training. Thank you.
Yeah, except the part that I missed were your names. I think the internet connection wasn't so good. Could you just kindly give us again your name?
Georgina Maramba.
Georgina, yeah, nice to meet you, Georgine. Thank you. If there's any other person from Zimbabwe, any other participant from Zimbabwe, let them introduce themselves.
For now, they haven't joined. I am sure they will be joining us soon.
Okay. To the Gambia.
Yes, hello, good morning, and thank you for this organizing this training. I am Elizabeth Mendy, working with the Plant Protection Services, that is the NPPO of the Gambia. I am involved, I work at the main office and involved in pest surveillance, field and pack house inspection, administrative procedures to facilitate exports to the European market. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for introducing yourself, Elizabeth, and for the work you are doing for the NPPO or the Gambia. Do we have anyone from Sierra Leone? The participant from Sierra Leone may not have joined yet. We are happy as trainers, we are happy to meet all of you who have managed to join. We know others may not have been in a position to join, but they will definitely join when we start the actual training on Monday. good to know you. It's also good to interact. It's also good that you've known us. I think our next agenda is moving to set the training time, bearing in mind the fact that we are in different time zones. Hello, someone is speaking.
Hello.
Okay, let that person introduce.
So there's another participant from Rwanda.
No problem.
My name is Gasumba Edmond.
Just go ahead and introduce yourselves, please.
My name is Gasumba Edmond. I am a border cargo inspector. The responsibilities of NPPO now are found in another institution called Rwanda Inspectorate. Rwanda Inspectorate. Hello. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you, Edmond.
Yes.
We can hear you clearly.
You are listening to me?
Yes, we can get you.
Yes,
Edmond.
very well.
Okay. My name is Gasumba Edmond. I'm a border cargo inspector. I'm working from institution called RICA, Rwanda Inspectorate, Competition and Consumer Protection Authority. So I'm happy to be with you in this training of pest surveillance. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for introducing yourself, Edmond. Your country actually had been my host country. I worked in Rwanda sometime in Rubona at Izar, used to be called Izar. So Rwanda is my home. I just did not omit Rwanda. No. I know you are very good hosts and you're actually welcome.
Thank you very much.
This training. The continent, it will be very, very exciting. We'll share lots of experiences from East, West, South, the highlands of Africa. It will be a very exciting moment. Any other?
Grace, there is Zilpa Bundi from Kenya, but I think she has network problem.
Please.
Yeah, she's on. Zilpa, go. Zilpa, unmute, and then you can introduce yourself.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Zilpa Bundi.
Hello, Zilpa.
Yes, I'm Zilpa Bundi from Kefis. Sorry, I had issues with my computer, but I'm glad I've joined. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you and welcome on board. Unless if someone joins again later after this introduction, they still have the prerogative to introduce themselves. We move now to the next item, which is setting the timing for the training. We bear in mind that we are in different time zones. So let's come up with the time that is appropriate for all of us. And the trainings actually, the Zoom sessions will be on Mondays and Fridays. So let's get and particularly input from the Gambia, because they're like 3 hours behind East African time. So we need to agree on that. Okay. It's the onus is on you, the participants, to come up with the appropriate time, convenient for all of you. So the ball is in your court again.
Yes.
Maybe we can even just vote. You can even chat.
Elizabeth, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
Yes, I think looking at the number here, most of the trainees, my colleagues, are from Eastern Africa, and maybe we are just two from West Africa. We will try to merge to the time because 7 o'clock is at least someone should be awake. So it's convenient with me.
7 is okay? Is okay for you?
Yes, and maybe if we can know the duration of each session so that we can also accordingly plan ourselves because we are also working.
Yes, Elizabeth, the Monday session is for 1 hour. The Friday session is for 2 hours. Did you hear me?
And yes, I did. Like what time are you thinking or are you planning for the Friday sessions? Is it the same time?
I think this is why we brought it for your attention, for the attention of participants. It's you to agree.
Okay.
It's you to.
Okay, I am thinking of having it at 1300 hours GMT on Friday sessions because it's a half day at my end, and then I can close and focus entirely on the training, please. 1300 hours GMT.
That's like 1 o'clock. That's 1 o'clock your time, and if we had 3, that's 16 hours. Is it here? East Africa is GMT plus 3. So if we had 3 hours on the 13 hours, then it is 6. That would be 4 p.m. in East Africa. It would be 3 p.m. in Southern Africa.
Correct. Would be 4 in East Africa.
So we need to get the views of participants also from Eastern Africa and Southern Africa.
Hello.
Hello, Jane, just go ahead and speak.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my suggestion would be for Mondays, we have a session at between 9 and 10 Kenyan time, and on Fridays from 9 to 11 for the 2 hours. The reason why I'm suggesting for Monday 9 is because if we put it at 7 a.m. and we are expected to report to work at 8 p.m., then that means we shall be on the road traveling and we may not be able to participate fully when we are traveling. So it would be better for me, that is my suggestion, it would be better if we are settled at work or maybe at a place where there are no movements. Yeah, I don't know what my other Kenyan colleagues would prefer. And again, we have put some regulations based on the lockdown and the regulations based on the COVID-19. So if we put it past 3 p.m., again, we're on the road going back home, so we'll not be able to participate. So we are trying to consider a time when we shall all be included somewhere we are seated and learning.
Grace, can you hear me?
So you proposed 9. Yes, I can hear you, Frederick.
Yes, I proposed 9 to 10 for Mondays.
Yeah, in the first cohort, just. And Friday?
Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Kenyan time.
The last time we had
Go ahead, Frederick. Go ahead and speak.
The last time we had it from 10 to 11 on Monday, and 10 to 12 on Friday, and making it a little 9 East African time is tricky for the Gambian colleagues and the guys from Sierra Leone, at least the West Africa, because that means that it's actually 6 in the morning at their end. And if Mandy could, if Elizabeth agrees with 7, like that works for her, and I don't know the 2 Sierra Leone members, I don't know what they'll say because they're not in today, then we would go for the morning for the 10. 9 would be a little bit too early. But then doing it past 2 Kenyan time, East African time, is tricky because Kenya has locked down, I think, almost everywhere. So it's become tricky for, or if you're going to travel and you're from work, and Nairobi can have a lot of jam, and so can mess up participants. So I don't know. So I think maybe for the case of Kenyan colleagues, I think we may make it, let's say to 1. I don't know, Jane. Let's say up to 1, anytime, but up to 1, so that they're able to travel, get to the destinations, homes on time before the mess of the curfew. Yeah.
That would be
But
very
then
good.
we also cannot have it before 10 because that would be too early for the West Africans. So Grace, go on, please.
Any view from Zimbabwe and Rwanda? We would be happy to get your views on the timing. And as we get the views from Zimbabwe and Elizabeth, please call today. And therefore there is a time which they have to observe the curfew.
Sorry, come again. The network was a little bad. I didn't get you,
Okay,
please,
okay.
Madam Grace.
I'm saying Jane from Kenya did propose 9 to 10 for Monday. And our argument is that 9 might be too early for West Africa. 9 is just 6 in the morning. And initially, you remember you did mention that you would still bear with 7 o'clock West African time. 7 is actually 10 East African time, and it's 9 Southern African time. So if we could do the Monday one from 10 to 11 East African time, this is now your 7 to 8 West African time, and it would be 9 to 10 Southern African time. We would go with that. What we would request you to consider would be the timing for Friday session. You did propose 13 hours GMT. 13 hours GMT would be 16 hours East African time. But we have this situation in Kenya where the country has gone again into a lockdown because of it. For workers have to leave their places of work and get home early enough. Okay. So if we stretch up to 16 hours their time, it wouldn't be proper. They would actually be breaking the law. So let's consider toning down on that, bringing it forward. And Dr. Frederick had proposed that we could do it, let's say from 11, and maybe it would end at around 1 o'clock. To leave the workers, the participants from Kenya, to give them time to go back home. So what we've been asking you is to consider the timing of Friday. If you are in agreement with the timing of Monday of 10 to 11 EAT.
Okay, yeah, for the Monday, I am okay with that. And Friday, when you say 11, that means 8 a.m. here, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's convenient. That's okay too. That's fine with me.
So Dr. Frederick, it is 10 to 11 East African time. And Southern Africa and West Africa can adjust their timing accordingly. And then it is also 11 to 1 o'clock East African time on Friday. Dr. Frederick, can you hear me? Participants, are you able to hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
I think Dr. Frederick has issues with his internet connection. So, but we will alert
Grace,
him. So
I lost you, or you lost me.
Yeah, okay. We seem to be in agreement that the timing should be 10 to 11 East African time on Monday, and then 11 to 1 o'clock, 11 to 13 hours East African time on Friday. Did you pick it? Dr. Frederick? There's no sound on your end. You got it, eh?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, good. So we have agreed on the timing, and now we set the rules.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now that we've agreed on the timing of the Zoom sessions,
Let's
let
set the
us
rules
also
now.
set the rules, the training rules. Yeah, the training rules. You know, we are in different places. We need to adhere to some, you know, to some rules and regulations of the training. What is it that we need to do? What is it that we don't need to do? So this is what we are setting, the ground rules for the training. You can type it, you can actually type it on the chat. You can type it on the chat. So normally we agree that if you need to first of all be in a very quiet place where you can actively participate and be in a position to hear the interactions. Need to be in a quiet place. Then you also need to have very good internet access. You need to have very good internet access. And if you're using your phone, interferences like calls on phones, if you can ensure that you activate the don't disturb mode, then nobody would disturb you with calls. And then we also would wish that you actively actually participate. If there are discussions, you participate effectively in the discussions. If there are presentations, you participate in doing the presentations. Let's say on behalf of your group. We've already grouped you up. I think we'll share with you the groupings. So the effective participation, active participation, quiet environment, good internet access. There will be assignments, the course as assignments, but they're not difficult at all. They're not at all difficult. They are very doable. And some of the assignments, you'll be doing them in groups. So we expect you to adhere to the timing of doing the assignments and submitting your assignments. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do the assignments and if you don't submit them, you will not be in a position to get your certificates. And really, I want you to attach value to the certificates that you obtain. Sometimes they help you more than actually the degree certificates that you got. These small certificates that we think they're small, they are very, first of all, they are very specific in their area of training. You will not get such a training anywhere else. So if you attach it to your CV, you know, it adds a lot of value to your CV. So we want you to adhere to those. Unless you also have others that you can add, please go ahead and add it on the chat. Do your assignments and submit the assignments. Quiet environment, participate actively. Let's ensure that and also one of the norm is that when you join the Zoom call, ensure that you're using the names by which you've been registered. I hope this is clear. The rest you can type on the chat, we'll be able to capture it.
Yes, Georgina says that you should be time conscious.
That is very true. That is very true. And therefore, Georgine, thank you so much for adding that. And therefore the time for starting the Zoom call is at the exact time. But we advise that you join at least 5 minutes earlier, so that when we get to the dot of the time, at the top of the hour, we just start, so that we don't waste any more time. Georgine, thank you so much for that, that insight. Dr. Frederick, probably it's time for us to move to the next activity on our program. This will be Dr. Frederick introducing to you the COLEACP training platform, the digital tools that we are going to use. Dr. Frederick, the ball is in your court.
Thank you so much, Grace. My network is a bit unstable, but let me hope to behave in the next 5 minutes. So I'll just share my screen real quick. Can you see my screen, participants?
You're just, okay, we can see it. I can see it.
Okay. Perfect, perfect. Now, this is the platform that we'll be using for the training. I had I'd shared this link with you, and I hope all of us are able to log in now. If you're not able to log in, no problem, just let me know. I will liaise with the COLEACP training manager to have that you can access it. So don't worry about that. Otherwise, this is what we'll be using for our training. So today, we are basically doing this first two, presentation of the COLEACP, and also to welcome you on board. Basically that. But then next week, Monday, we begin for module 1. You notice that you have module 1, 2, 3, 4, all the 8, 5. So in a nutshell, module 1, basically, let me just walk you through what happens in this module. I hope my network will be good enough to be able to support this. Perfect. So here, you have the module is divided into sequences, or what I can call sub-modules. So here we have sub-module 1 and sub-module 2, what I'm calling sequence 1.1, and then 1.2. So if you click this, you will have an interactive book that has basically, let me just get that open, it's taking a little bit long. Just a moment. As that loads in, because I have not so good network. Grace, try your end if your network is a bit stronger to access, you can access the 1.1. Good, it has opened. Sorry for that delay. So this is, so basically the first part has the introduction. You may want to go through just to know what is required of you, things. Then this is the module itself. And so in this sequence, there are materials inside there that should require you to engage with. Just read them. They're very, very well defined and well explained and well illustrated. But after in each, sorry for my network, it's taking a little bit long to display, to download the content. So in each section, like for example, in module 4 here, in slide 4, there is a question, and that question is multiple choice, is MCQ. So you will just choose the right answer, and it's based on what you have covered in this first 2 slides. So as you go along the way, you're going to get few slides, a few questions here and there, up to the end. So those questions are just meant to help you have a better grasp of what has been discussed in the subsequent slide. So at the end of this, is what you get, what you scored in this get captured. And don't worry about the score. It's something that can always get, you actually get it right. Don't worry about it, so long as you go through the material. So you should not worry about it being hard. It's not hard. Then, so this this actually also replicated in sequence 1.2. We have interactive content, just like what I've shown you, that you need to go through, and then you respond to some questions. And then in some other cases, like in module 2, you'd also have a video that you'd want you to watch and listen to it, interact with it, and then respond to some quizzes appended in it. And then for every module, I'm trying to do something. For every module, there are assignments. Assignments are grouped into two. We have one that you call individual assignment and another one called group assignment. So the moment you log into your, for group assignment, we've divided this into groups of about 5 people. There's a group that has 6. That is if all members are going to, all participants are going to join the training. But again, you know, there could be issues of personal issue that can bar somebody from joining the training. But whichever the case, we can always adjust the groups based on the numbers of participants that have managed to join. But so far, we have, I'll show you the group and the groupings and even to your emails. So in those groups, we'd expect you to discuss a couple of things in regard to the discussion for that module. So for instance, in module for group 1, I won't download it from there because I know I guess it's going to take long. And I know you guys can all see my screen. So I just give you, show you for my screen here. So for example, for module 1, the Grace can see my screen, can you?
Yes, I can.
Great, great, great. If you click this assignment, it will basically download the assignment into your computer. So it will be something like this. I'm the trainer, so I can't have a place for submitting the assignment. But you, as a trainee, you will have a place to submit the assignment. Okay. So this is what you click this, the Word document to download into your computer. So I wanted to give you the. So this is, for example, the assignment 1. Okay. So the assignment we'll discuss on Monday. Don't worry about it. But then it's a group assignment. So we have a group name of the group. Like if you're group 2, group 1. Put the members here, name the country the members are coming from, and then you're going to discuss a couple of things. And it's amazing that you're coming from all different places and regions. And so our NPPOs have this vast diversity, this vastness of this diversity that is unique probably to that given region, and it's worth sharing that experience. And so that is the aim of the group assignment, that we form a team, we get to know each other, we partner, we network, and also share our experiences in regard to the focus of our of the task of focus in that given module. And then in for individual assignment, we have a task like this. It's basically network is not very stable here. Don't worry about that. It's very interactive task. You basically put your name, attempt the questions, and it's not that very long. So you should not worry about it. Yours is just to ensure that you interact with the content, you view the materials required, and then attempt the tasks at hand. So that is about the assignments. Something else again that is that we need to take note of here is that we have additional resources down here that you can leverage here. So all that we're going to discuss today in this class, in this session, if you don't grasp it well, you can always grab some content here. And so that is what's required of you in each of the sequences, each of the modules. It's interactive. So the first task right now is that you should be able to have the login details into the platform. And so if you don't have that, let me know. You can chat me on the chat here, or you can email me or WhatsApp me. Then I'll be able to organize with David to have you connected. So that's what we'll go through. We'll be going through for all this module, module 1, 2, module 3, and module 4. Module 5 is a case study that focuses on module 4. Okay, application of what you have covered. So by the time we're doing module 4, we'd have covered so much. And so then there's a need that you do a practical case study. I think we'll be focusing on capsicum, from not wrong, Grace, capsicum, and fall coding mop. Then we'll have evaluation form that you'll be submitting to us to evaluate the and then you'll be able to get a certificate. So everything here depends on you, really. It's actually trainee based. Before that, there is a knowledge good here, anti-knowledge questionnaire. Would want to know, so Before you start module 1, before Monday, kindly go through presentation of COLEACP and also welcome on board segments. They're very, very brief, just to give you an insight of what is required of you and how the program is working. However, I wanted to note that when you come to welcome on board, kindly attempt this content here on End to Knowledge questionnaire. Just want to know where you are, what much do you, what information, or in regard to this training, where are you, so that you're able to present the content in a way that meets what you expect of us. So there's this expectation in the training. So kindly give us expectation also, so that by Monday, when you're doing the training, we customize it based on your need. Because again, not all the trainees have the same user, the same expectation and same need. So how can we meet that your specific need that made you the training? So kindly check this out. But above everything else, I think interact with all the content in this welcome on board and also on the COLEACP presentation. I'm seeing that we have about, I think, 10 minutes to go. So very fast, I'll go to some other important component of this training. Because it's virtual, we are not able to meet and like they would have it in a room and ask you questions and then raise your hands and then we answer and interact. Becomes difficult. So we have, sorry for that, few tools here. There's something called COLEACP. Don't worry about it. It's something very easy to use. I'll let you know how to use it during the training. So something very easy. This one will help us interact with you in terms of question answering and brainstorming. Because the training we are having, this brainstorming session, the discussions, there are presentations, and there are collaborations. And so for us to have those affected, like this is for discussion, we'll have COLEACP. So I'm going to ask you a question here, and using your QR in your phone, or if you're able to type the URL, you basically just type the URL and then you can get login and then answer the question. And then from my end, or from Grace's end, we can pick the question or your response. Apart from that, we have this called Mira. Oh, I'm not logged in. Mira basically allows you to collaborate. So we're able to collaborate together with you. We'll post a task there. And then, like, for example, at some point, I think we'll be having you provide maybe a guide or a template on how we can present an NPPO agenda in regard to poverty pest, to, let's say, to the minister, or let's say to the CS in your country in charge of agriculture. And so how do you make a 5-minute discussion to your CS about prioritizing a given pest surveillance in your country? So we discussed that using the Mira. Sorry for that. So it could not be able to, I could be able to get it out very fast. So sorry for that. So apart from that, what else we'll be using is WhatsApp. I think I'll have to mute Doreen. Doreen, can you mute?
Thank you,
we'll
sir.
use WhatsApp quite often for the discussion, and we'll use WhatsApp for the discussion and also use emails, and of course the Zoom. So kindly live with these tools, and if you have any problem, we are available to assist you, so feel at ease. So I think, Grace, because time is going so fast, I want to end it there so that I give you time to talk about, no, Grace, before you go, I think I need to share with them about the group. Sorry for that. So participants, this is the grouping. We have 21 participants in this training, and I'll be sharing this group in with you. In group 1, we have Mudada, Nancy, Dennis, Doreen, and Douglas. I think this is a beautiful combination. There's Zimbabwe, there's Seychelles, there's Sierra Leone, Uganda, and yeah, of course, 2 Zimbabweans. And then in group 2, we have somebody from Seychelles, Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, 2 Zimbabweans. And group 3, we have Zimbabwe, Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, and Angola. And group 4, we have in the Gambia, Kenya, Rwanda, 2 Ugandans, and a Zimbabwe. So I think it's a very diverse grouping. And I'm glad that you're able to form this and you can network and form your family. So Grace, take it over. I'll share this grouping with you in the WhatsApp and also in the email, so don't worry about that. But meanwhile, kindly in your groups, form a group leader, a team leader, and then form your own WhatsApp for interactions, because it would require you to work on the group assignment together. And apart from that, also ensure that all of us are participating and enjoying the class. Grace, take over.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Frederick.
Grace, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me? Participants, are you able to hear me?
Grace, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yes,
Well,
we can hear you, Grace.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Dr. Frederick, I can hear you. Okay, Dr. Frederick took you through the tools available in this training that we're going to use. He also took you through the Moodle platform, but I think there is 1 or 2 things that we also need to look at before we finally close this session. Let me see if I can share my screen with you, and then we can proceed. A moment, just let me see if I can just share the screen. I think there. So I'm sharing my screen, and I do hope that you are in a position to see it. Are we all in a position to see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, if you are in a position to see my screen, let's open this very brief presentation on COLEACP. So we've all heard about COLEACP.
Not yet.
You are not able to see?
No, we can't.
Let me just stop sharing and then I start again. Are you able to see it?
Yes, we see.
Yes, you can see it.
And Dr. Frederick, are you able to see my screen? I'm hovering my cursor on the presentation of COLEACP. I think Dr. Frederick has a problem with this connection. Dr. Frederick, are you there? Well, we can still proceed. Once he comes on board again, then he can join us. So if you are in a position to see my screen, participants, we're just very briefly indeed going to get to know who COLEACP is. It is actually an organization based in Europe and based in Brussels, Belgium. So it's an association of operators. You have operators there. You have importers, you have distributors, you have those handling logistics, and they're all focusing on this sector of fruits and vegetables. And this sector is very key in all our countries. We use them as commodities for trade internally and also trade export to support the fruit and vegetable sector in the ACP countries. ACP countries are African, Caribbean, and Pacific countries. So most of the African countries that belong to these ACP countries are actually countries of the sub-Saharan Africa. So we then become members of the ACP countries, and this is the reason why we are benefiting from COLEACP support. So just remember that it is an association of all these operators, logisticians, distributors, importers, exporters, all are focusing on developing the fruit and vegetable sector. And remember that it is, nobody is going to examine you on this, but just for your own knowledge, it's based in Brussels, Belgium. And therefore, they're actually the conveners of this digital training. And there are quite a number of, I think about 10 or so digital training forums ongoing, and in which plant pest surveillance is one of them. So this is COLEACP, and if you click here, you should be able to get to know, if you watch this video, you should be able to get to know what actually COLEACP is all about. I know that in West Africa, most of the West African countries are getting support from COLEACP on supporting the mango industry. Quite a number of countries in West Africa do export mango to the European Union, and therefore COLEACP has come up to support that the mango industry. Oh, just a moment. A moment, let me just begin to share again. Let me begin to share again. I don't want to play the video. I don't want to play the video. Let me just stop sharing, then I start to share again. I just mistakenly clicked on. I don't want
Grace,
to
Grace, you can hear me? We are how many?
Accidentally, I clicked on the video to play.
No problem. Just you have 2 minutes.
I just want to share. I'll finish it. Okay, here we are. We are back. Let me share it again. Let me share it again. Oh, let me share it again. You are able to see the screen, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, this is where we are, and unfortunately, so this briefly describes to you what COLEACP does.
Yes.
And I was bringing to your attention that if you clicked on this video and watched, you should be in a better position to get to know COLEACP better. And then if you want to read about COLEACP, just click on this, on the flyer. It should be able to give you a lot of information on COLEACP. So they are actually the organization or the institution behind this training. And in this particular aspect, they are supporting the Fit for the Market program. They have two programs, which is very closely related, and they all focus on the fruits and vegetable subsector. There's the Fit for the Market program, and then there is a Fit for the Market Sanitary and Phytosanitary. The Fit for the Market program, which is mainly what is, I think, presented in this flyer, focuses on support given to the private sector. The private sector are the action. Part of the private sector could be in logistics of, transportation of fruits and vegetables from one point to another point. So the Fit for the Market focuses on supporting the private sector. And then the Fit for the Market Sanitary and Phytosanitary, normally abbreviated as FFM SPS, focuses on supporting the public sector. And this is where our NPPOs do belong. And the SPS program is kickstarting. You will get a lot of, if you get to know a lot more about COLEACP, you read about it, you get to know also what is entailed in the FFMSPS. So I think this is where I want to stop with this COLEACP, getting to know COLEACP. Maybe just the welcome on board. If you click on it, it should be able to give you, like my colleague said, it should be able to give you, just sort of like introducing you to the training program. So if you come to training objectives, it would take you to this presentation, where we have already done, we have already met one another. We did self-introduction. You gave us your names, you gave us your roles. Your expectations, Dr. Frederick already mentioned that you are going to share with us, I think on Monday. You can put it on WooClap. You can also put it also as a chat, or you can put it on WhatsApp, whichever you choose. But for us, we thought maybe sometimes maybe you might just want to be on this platform to meet, people who are in your own profession who are doing similar work with you. That you do. You also think that maybe you might wish to get just an additional training certificate. Maybe also you want new knowledge. You also want to share your knowledge. Most importantly, you want to enhance your country's pest surveillance capacity. So whichever, these were just our thoughts, whichever your expectations will be, just kindly put for us. Then this here, I've already touched on it. If you clicked on this video, it will play for you, and then it should be able to give you clearly and lots of information on the fit for the market. Remember that most of our countries are trading with the EU countries. I also want to mention that COLEACP is not only supporting our countries to be able to access the good markets in the European Union, but their support also extends to empowering our countries, to be able to trade initially locally and as well as within the region. So you have your West African region, you have your Southern African region, we have the Eastern African region, whatever region where you may fall. COLEACP support also extends its hands, to empower you to be able to access those markets. And therefore, the main goal of this training, actually, the entire training is to enhance your capacity to design and implement a pest surveillance a pest surveillance system for your countries. So we think that, and we hope that by this training, your capacity to design and implement a pest surveillance system will be enhanced. And then if you just come down, down is just then giving you the modules. These modules, Dr. Frederick already highlighted one. And principle, you find that you get to module 1, you'll find another interactive content in module 2, in module 3, module 4, and 5. And therefore, briefly, this is what we wanted to share with you this morning. Not much though, we are just thanking you for joining us this morning. The actual training actually starts on Monday, and it will run up to the end of the month. So we have 2 Zoom sessions per week, on Mondays and Fridays. And then the in-between period is time for you to engage with the materials that have been uploaded on the modules, and also do your assignments. So from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you are reading those materials, and then you're also engaging with your groups or individually for the assignments that you've been given. I think this is where I would like to stop. Thank you so much. Thank you for your participation. Dr. Frederick, back to you if you have any more thing to add, please do go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Grace. I think we're just going to end it here, but in us have and then we can wind up.
You kept breaking. I could not hear the first part of your statement.
We have,
say that again.
We have Ndigwirei from Zimbabwe, and also Shelter from Zimbabwe. They could say hi to us.
That is okay.
Hi, I'm Ndigwirei from Zimbabwe Plant Quarantine Service. I'm the area manager for the plant quarantine. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, thank you to meet you, and thank you for joining the training.
Is Shelter in?
Is there another person?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shelter Kazangarare. I'm a plant health inspector. I'm from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shelter. Good to meet you. Thank you for joining the training. I'm thinking on Monday when we all get back to training, we will have our videos on because we want to take a group photo for the participants of this second session of NPPO pest surveillance training. So I think we'll have to address that. Dr. Frederick,
yes,
we wind up now.
Yes, Grace, unless there's any question from the participants. If there's no question, then you can wind up, Grace.
Thank you so much, everyone who logged in, and we thank you actually for signing up for the training and for the introductions. We know all of you are contributing very well to the sector of plant protection in your countries, phytosanitary in your countries. We are so grateful to meet you, and we are hoping for a better engagement in the subsequent trainings that we'll hold with you. We are with you for 1 month. And today, of course, we know it's a public holiday. We apologize for having encroached on your time, but thank you all the same for having come on board to be with us this morning. We thank you so very much, and we wish you very good Easter celebrations and a good weekend too. We want to say bye-bye from our end.
Bye, bye, bye,
Thank
bye,
you.
bye.
Happy Easter to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
So we still have 3 people, I think.
Yeah, I'm hoping all of.
Let me grab some tea, Dr. Frederick.
Yes,
I'm hungry.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
The training is over now. You guys can leave at your pleasure and leisure.